What do we got, Tyler?
All right, so we did get details on DJ Moore's contract, and one of the notable things that came out of it is the fact that the Bears are actually going to save $9 million this year towards the cap as a result of this contract extension that they handed out to DJ Moore. And I ask you guys, is this the sign that the Bears have a big move coming, whether it's to add to the trenches or somewhere else?
Yes, I just got the tingles. Yeah, I think that and this is why, again, like, this is such a great deal. And I hope that DJ's still really happy about it because he's getting $83 million guaranteed. But the Bears are paying him $24 million a year for the next 6 years.
You hope he's happy about it a week after he signed it.
I do.
You're worried that he's like,
well, no, I know he wouldn't have signed it if he wasn't happy about it, but he's going to outplay that contract.
Well, it's win-win-win because you've got DJ signed long-term.
Yes.
You get more cap flexibility in the short term.
Yes.
And it's probably going to give you cap flexibility in the long term.
Yes.
Because it's probably going to end up being a team-friendly deal.
Going to end up being. It is a team-friendly deal today. So I mean, so my answer is A, I'm thrilled about the extension that DJ is going to be in the mix for the next 6 years. B, this was my hope is that this is what we talked about with regard to whether or not they were going to sign DJ to an extension. And I think both of us were, there's no rush. We're not going to let him get to free agency ever. He's going to be in the mix, but we have other issues to address right now. So if we have to appropriate money to him at the expense of adding a pass rusher or another offensive lineman, I wasn't on board with that just yet.
It was done with a purpose.
Correct. So now, not only did you get him in the fold, you got $8 million extra to spend.
Yes.
Hell yeah, they're going to spend it on somebody.
I hope so.
So now their cap situation's around $21 million.
That's crazy good.
Open right now. Is there anyone you have in mind, Waddle, that you would like to see brought in?
I'd like to see Connor Williams and Hassan Reddick both in Bears uniforms tomorrow at practice.
Don't you think if they were interested in Connor Williams that there would have been more smoke there? There's been smoke with Baltimore and Seattle.
Yes.
So that ship seems to have sailed.
Well, I can continue to hope until I can no longer hope.
So you want Hassan Reddick at a cost of a draft pick and an extension?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got an extra second.
You do. Now, it shouldn't cost you that. It shouldn't.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Didn't the Jets acquire him for a third?
Yeah.
So, and now he hasn't practiced at all. So, if anything, the price goes down because their leverage is lower.
I'm just saying, I got a full complement of picks if I'm Ryan Poles, and I've got $21 million to spend. That team here in this building is in good shape if they want to add a piece to the puzzle. Now, I keep saying Hassan Reddick because it's the only name that is, listen, Ngakoue, if he wants to come here, at half the price. Okay.
I'm
interested.
But
you don't clear $9 million for Ngakoue.
Right. And I'm interested in a higher ceiling guy.
Sure.
Someone who fills more than just a plug 1 year guy who may get me 5 sacks.
Sing that song and I will sing it with you. I just don't, right now, I don't know who it is. It could turn out to be somebody we're not even thinking about.
It could be another Montez Sweat this year.
Absolutely.
Or that type of player.
Correct.
Or what about his old teammate, Daron Payne? I mean, it sounds like his name gets brought up in trade rumors all the time, too.
Yeah, very, very true.
All right. This was from earlier today. Caleb Williams sat down with NFL Network and talked a little bit about the Bears offense and some of his expectations for this season.
We're going to be explosive, and that doesn't mean that explosives are drop back 50-yard bombs. Those percentages for, as the higher you get is going to be a lot tougher. And so there's going to be a few of those, but explosive wise, whether it's screen game, run game, quick game, getting the ball in our guys' hands and letting them work, and run down the sideline with DJ, Rome, and things like that. Keenan, creating separation and then, taking it. I mean, we got guys, DeAndre, Cole, Gerald, Big Dog, Mercedes. We have the guys that do it. And it doesn't mean that we're going to drop back and throw 70-yard bombs every single play.
All right, so I don't know exactly how to interpret that because when I think explosive, I think down the field moving it. And then he said it's going to be explosive. It's not going to be 50-yard bombs. it's going to be running and screenplay and some of that. How did you guys interpret that?
I think he was singing the praises of his skill guys, saying that they can do stuff with the football and they don't have to be long passes. And they may be over the middle, again, like a lot. He was working that middle of the field today. And I know they weren't hitting out there, but I don't think you have to worry about a dink and dunk passing offense. But I think they want to coach him where he will take with what's given as well.
Listen, a 50-yard screen pass is an explosive play, despite the fact that it may be thrown behind the line of scrimmage. So, I think that they're talking about their ability to attack a defense and get chunk plays regardless of how they go about doing it. It's not just, you're not dropping back and it's not just all a vertical passing game. We can, attack a defense in any number of ways. So
Gerald Everett was being raved about by Keenan Allen today. He likes him. And then they were also talking about, Keenan Allen also talked today about how he's watched a lot of Seahawk film and he's watched what their two wide receivers have done with some of the routes and how he's made it his own.
Well, in this past year, it was 3 wide receivers because they had Jackson Smith and Jigba as well as Tyler Lockett and the big fella. So
yeah, he was mentioning, though, more the other two.
Well, but he's going to be playing in the slot most of the time.
Right.
So, he's going to be playing the role that Jackson Smith and Jigba played quite a bit. That's where I anticipate.
He didn't have a great rookie year, did he?
He played well.
Did at the end of the year.
He was hurt for the first month, so he missed the first 4 or 5 games.
But they had a good 3-headed monster at the tail end of the season. Absolutely. Keenan's going to play the position better than Smith and Jigba, but Smith and Jigba had a pretty good year.
All right, real quick, one last wide receiver one for you here. There was a report last night about Brandon Ayuk and that it was amped up talks with the Browns and the Patriots as potential suitors for Brandon Ayuk. Now, Schefter has reported that things have started to amp up a little bit with the Steelers again today, but I felt like the Patriots and Browns were kind of out of left field contenders for Ayuk. What did you guys think when you saw those two teams come to the surface?
I think it makes sense. The Browns are win now, and the Patriots need a good receiver to pair with their newly drafted quarterback who eventually will play.
Yeah, the Patriots are one of the least talented teams in the league. They could use him. What I was hearing, though, or reading is that a deal with the Browns may send what's his name
Amari
back
Cooper.
Amari Cooper, which doesn't make sense because Amari Cooper makes a ton of money too.
But is it on a shorter term basis?
And they know what he is. And he's not demanding anything. They know what the salary is.
But if you're San Francisco, shouldn't you be asking for a known commodity coming back in some of these trades?
Yeah, you're win now.
Because you're win now too.
Yes, absolutely. You're totally win now. And you know that your offensive coordinator will still make everyone as good, if not better, than they've been.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, I think Cooper makes about $20 million a year, which is less than what what's his face is going to get.
And he just puts up numbers no matter where he goes. He gets traded and then he does well with his new team. All right, there you go. That's Aki's A-list.